Hey everyone, it's Kate from Wild Tales Of. If you're new, here on YouTube and on my blog, wildtalesof.com, I share about family travel and outdoor adventure. Well, you might not believe it when I say it, but we are in, unless you know about this place, we are in the Gingko State Forest here in Washington. Anybody think that this looks like a forest? No? So Bergen and I are on a little road trip, and if you're not familiar, this Gingko Petrified State Forest is in Vantage, Washington, and Vantage, Washington is about 130 miles east of Seattle. Why is this a forest?
Because a long time ago, there was trees, and these are the remains of it.
That ours is pretty young. See the way the leaves are pretty unique?
Yep.
Kind of tulip. So if you can't already tell, there's a couple things going on here with the weather we wanted to inform you about. One, it's incredibly hot, if you can't tell by our red, sweaty faces. Round in about 100 degrees, which these two wimpy people from Seattle are not used to. Very dry. There's like a little break right now, but it's incredibly windy today. There's actually the red flag warning for the area, so definitely don't want to be having fires. Anyway, I'm thankful for the wind because at least it's blowing the air around a little bit, and though it may be blowing warm air around, at least it's something. This is our last one. Okay, Bergen's gonna show you our route, what we just did.
Started right here.
Caretaker's house.
This red, this the hard.
Very hard, the red. Then we went too far.
We went all the way up here.
A little bit too far.
And then
Whoops.
saw the redwood, went
Then
down
we realized
to these
that-
three.
Yep.
Went to these two, saw this one. I know, I think we just saw. And then went these, went up here,
Yep.
went down
Down
here,
to
and
spruce.
then down. Saw those
Elms,
two, saw those three.
walnuts.
And then down.
Spruce. Back. We did it all. So there's a little museum. I don't know if you could call it a museum. It's a little interpretive center where it's a outdoor, indoor. And there are these signs so you can read all about the history. But what we just learned is that in 1927 they were building this highway right here, the Vantage Highway, and that's when, because of the construction, that's when they exposed the petrified wood and started kind of looking into it. And a professor from what's now Central Washington University started studying them, and then the work began. And this building that we're in is the caretaker's house, and that was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps.
Last time.
This is
It was
what
probably
it
not
looked
supposed
like back when it was completed.
to be blue.
Here are the original caretakers, and it was established as a state park in 1935. So we're going to call it a day from the Petrified Forest, the Gingko Petrified Forest. But we're going to actually head back to Ellensburg. So Ellensburg is about 30 miles west. So we passed it on the way here. Actually stopped there for lunch. And so we'll show you around Ellensburg a little bit, and we're going to stay the night there and hopefully have some time in the pool because we are really hot. and then tomorrow we're going to head back towards Seattle, but we are going to stop kind of in the Clay Elm, Roslyn area and do some more hiking. And hopefully this hiking is going to be a little bit cooler and a little bit more shaded.
it like melts and it's easier to lick.
What kind did you get?
Cookies and
Basically,
cream.
cookies and cream. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Bergen and I are back on the trail. So after a big breakfast at the hotel, which was really exciting. It was only just a couple days past, I think just like one day past when they opened up breakfast. Finally, kind of are lifting the restrictions. In case you're curious, we were talking to the lady at the front desk, and just sounds like Hilton in general, if you are staying at any of the Hilton brand hotels, are kind of slowly lifting a lot of the restrictions and not requiring masks and opening up back up the breakfast. The pool was open. We were able to swim, and I don't know if it's the rule in general or if it's a COVID rule, but they just had a rule of no more than 12 people, and that wasn't a problem. We made our way back west to Clallam, and then drove through Roslyn, and now we just arrived at the Salmon la Sac trailhead, and we came here this past December, and it was obviously really snowy, and we actually set a trip kind of on purpose, kind of a fun winter bucket list thing to go and see snow. Since we live in Seattle, it doesn't snow very much. But what's funny about that trip is just a couple days later, it did snow in Seattle, but we came out here and just kind of played around in the snow. And I will link that video here and below if you want to see what this area looks like in snow. Lots of snowmobilers come, and then of course lots of snowshoers as well. Was there cross country skiing?
Yeah.
Yeah, some Nordic skiing. Anyway, we are hiking along the Cooper River, and the destination is the Cooper Lake, although we are not sure if we'll make it. We'll see, we'll let you know. Apparently there are some tough river crossings or water crossings, so we might turn back at some point, but either way, we are loving this weather. It's only in the high 60s now, and we're obviously in the shade, so we will just show you what we're up to. Bergen and I just played a round of this alphabet game. I don't know what it's called, but I always used to play it with friends when I was little, and I didn't really, not hiking, but I just have memories of just being down in my basement with friends and just sitting there and playing this game. You do it for every letter of the alphabet, And so you obviously start with A. So you say, A, my name is, and then you say a name that starts with A. And then you say, and my husband's name is, and then that name has to start with A. You say, where you come from. We come from some place that starts with A. And we sell, and then you have to say something that starts with A.
Did you make it up?
No, I didn't make it up. Just used to do it when I was little. Does anybody ever play that? It's definitely a flashback. So here's an example. Here, will you give an example, Bergen? Here we go.
D, my name is Dottie. My husband's name is Drake. Come from Dublin.
Ooh,
Sell dates.
nice. Good one. Here we go. Back the way we came. We're making our way back to the trailhead. Definitely have some pep in our step to get back to the car, take a break, and maybe stop in Roslyn to get a bite to eat. It was kind of funny because we reached the end of the Cooper River Trail, and then there's actually just a road, like a forest road, that cars can drive on. And it was kind of a shock to be working so hard and then realize that people just... So there was a lot more going on when we reached the lake than we originally thought. But as you saw, it's really pretty and turned out to be a great hike for Bergen and I. Do you think so, Bergen?
Yeah, definitely.
So thanks so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed following along on this adventure, hitting up Clay Ellum and Ellensburg and Vantage. And maybe even we will head into Roslyn. Check that out before we head back home. So if you liked our video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate the support, and we would love for you to subscribe and follow along for more adventures, more hiking inspiration, and more motivation to get outside with your family this summer and all the seasons, really. So we hope that you are staying happy and healthy, and we hope you are getting out and having some brave wild adventures, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Here's the Camelback.